Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Maria Bhatti and today we will discuss here dengue fever. Dengue fever is an acutely infectious mosquito-borne viral disease characterized by episodes of saddleback fever, muscle and joint pain accompanied by initial erythema and terminal rash of varying morphology. It is a life-threatening fever also known as breakbone fever and dandy fever. Its incubation period is 5 to 6 days. At least 3 different kinds of mosquitoes are suspected to be dengue carriers. Number 1 is Aedes aegypti, number 2 is Aedes caetularis, number 3 is Aedes caethurensis. Pathophysiology of dengue fever: entry of virus in blood is called viremia, and because of viremia, onset of fever that persists for 3 days and then cause endothelial swelling that result in perivascular edema because of infiltration with mononuclear cells in small blood vessels, and perivascular edema lead to varying signs and symptoms in the dengue fever patient. The clinical features of dengue fever can be studied under 3 headings. Number 1, dengue viral fever. Number 2, dengue hemorrhagic fever. Number 3, dengue shock syndrome. Symptoms of dengue fever: high temperature within 1 week of infection, severe headache, sore throat, pain behind the eyes, joint and muscle aches, metallic taste in the mouth, appetite loss, abdominal pain, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, generally feeling unwell, means malaise plus chills, skin rash that appears about 4 days after the onset of fever, and depression. Dengue viral fever abruptly starts with severe pain in single joint and then goes to bone and then other joints. The fever and other symptoms persist for 2 to 4 days, followed by remission with profound sweating, last few hours to 2 days, and recurrence of fever that is called saddleback. Symptoms of dengue hemorrhagic fever: all the above symptoms of uncomplicated dengue fever, and bleeding under the skin which cause purple bruises, bleeding from the nose or gums, liver problems that is liver enlargement, heart problems cause circulatory failure and dyspepsia, coughs and coffee color vomit. Number 3, dengue shock fever, in which patient condition suddenly deteriorate after few days of fever, temperature slowdowns followed by signs of circulatory failure and rapidly go into critical state of shock. And because of critical state of shock, patient may die within 12 to 24 hours or may recover because of appropriate medical treatment. Symptoms of dengue shock syndrome: all the above symptoms of uncomplicated dengue fever and dengue hemorrhagic fever, and then severe bleeding, means epistaxis, hematemesis, melena, subarachnoid hemorrhage, and then extremely low blood pressure caused by blood loss shock, and because of shock cold coming extremities, weak thready pulse, circummoral cyanosis, coma and death. What is management of outpatient? Suspected dengue fever cases can be sent home if there are no warning signs. Complete bed rest, adequate fluid intake, measures to prevent mosquito bites, paracetamol for fever and pains, avoid aspirin, brufen and NSAID, CBC after day 3 of illness to be done daily and checked from local doctor, and return immediately if clinical condition worsens or any warning sign appears. Diagnosis of dengue fever depends on clinical features, hematologic manifestations, and confirmatory tests. Suspected dengue fever: acute onset of fever for 3 to 10 days, headache, retroorbital pain, myalgia, arthralgia, severe backbone, bone disease, severe abdominal pain, low urine output, bleeding manifestations, irritability in infants. Probable dengue fever, in which platelets less than 1 lakh and WBC white blood cells less than 4,000 and hematocrit less than 30% or greater than 55%. Confirmed dengue fever investigations are positive NS1 antigen viral detection by PSR, and then seroconversion into negative and then positive anti-dengue IgM, and then more than 4 folds increased titer of anti-dengue IgG. Dengue hemorrhagic fever, in which patient of dengue fever with hemorrhagic manifest, that means positive tourniquet test and evidence of plasma leak, in which pleural effusion, ascites, and pericholecystic edema, and greater than 20% in hematocrit. Laboratory test in which CBC we will see WBC, white blood cells, platelets, and hematocrit on the third day of illness, and then repeat CBC on 12 or 24 hourly. See the trend. Hematocrit through capillary method, repeat and see the trend and changes. And then ultrasound abdominal and chest in which see the pleural effusion, ascites, pericholecystic edema, and hematological features that shows leak phase. Confirmatory test of dengue fever in which NS1 antigen in initial 3 to 5 days of febrile illness done, and then PSR of blood in initial 5 to 7 days of illness done and confirms serotype of dengue virus. Anti-dengue IgM and IgG after day 5 of illness and repeat after few weeks. Warning signs of dengue fever for shock phase of dengue in which persistent vomiting, severe abdominal pain, lethargy, restlessness, excessive bleeding in which severe epistaxis, melena, hematmesis, hematuria, extensive menstrual bleeding, giddiness and cold coming extremities, and decreased urine output for 4 to 6 hours, and then pulse pressure less than 25 mmHg and tender hepatomegaly. All these are warning signs of dengue virus convert into dengue shock syndrome. Monitoring and management of dengue fever in ER: stabilize before shifting to HDU or dengue ward, and then monitor vital signs in which pulse and temperature and respiration rate and BP, blood pressure and CRT, and then pulse pressure, and every half hourly till stable, and then 4 hourly after stabilization. Strict intake and output record. Fluids given in the dengue fever: number 1, moderate and in severe dehydration 50 to 100 ml per kg ringer lactate given, which is followed by maintenance fluid, and if plasma leak occur then dengue hemorrhagic fever fluid protocol maintained. And second, if patient is not tolerating orally or mild hydration, then maintenance fluid plus extra 50 ml per kg over 24 hours given. And if plasma leak is occurred, then dengue hemorrhagic fever fluid protocol is continue. Maintenance fluid in the peds less than 6 months age, N/2 plus 5% dextrose, and greater than 6 months age, normal saline plus 5% dextrose. And dengue hemorrhagic fever treat 10 ml per kg saline over 15 to 60 minutes, and then shift to dengue HDU. And in adults, normal saline 50 to 100 ml per kg given, and blood transfusion not indicated in majority patients, and antibiotics and antimalarial mostly not needed, and paracetamol given for fever and pain. What is nursing care plan of dengue fever? Give compress of tap water, and then instruct the patient to drink plenty of water 1500 to 200 ml per day based on tolerance, and instruct the patient to wear thin and loose clothes, and observation on the intake and output vital signs in which temperature, pulse, blood pressure every 3 hourly scenes or more often. Collaboration: the supplying of intravenous fluids and administration of drugs according to the program. Monitor patient's general condition, explain to patients and families a sign of bleeding and immediately report if there is bleeding. Review the history of nutrition including food that are preferred. Give and maintain oral hygiene and avoid foods that stimulate and contain gas, and monitor platelet counts every day. Instruct the patient to have a lot of rest. Give an explanation to the clients and families to report any signs of bleeding such as hematmesis, melena, and epistaxis. If you like my video, subscribe my channel and like my video and share this video, and stay tuned for next videos, and comment if you want any topic for discussion.